let's go ahead and move on to Yaron or Yaron. Go ahead and unmute yourself, please, for a question for Brian. Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Brian. Thank you very much for the amazing presentation. You mentioned in the presentation the advantages of vitamin D. Could you be more specific? If I take the Life Give vitamin D, how much would you recommend to take? And if there is any risk of overdose of vitamin D, because there are some, I've heard some people and physicians that say that overdose of vitamin D is dangerous. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let's go back to two things I stated. 45 years ago, when I investigated and exposed the supplement industry, I pointed out that most supplements have nothing to do with nutrients. You may want to read my book and look at the real truth about health, the presentation I made called Supplements Exposed. And in there, I point out that over 90% are chemicals. So now when you put a chemical into the body, remember everything I spoke about with the Industrial Revolution and how now the poor body doesn't only deal with organic microbes, but deal with heavy metals and chemicals and pharmaceutical drugs and all this other nonsense that the immune system was never meant to deal with. And so what's happening is you're putting something in, spending money for it, being told by even holistic doctors how healthy this is, because the formula looks similar to what you'd find in nature. When Bobel, a 1999 Nobel laureate and University of Calgary, and the Linus Pauling Institute tells you that no way does the human body basically absorb chemical supplementation, and it's a detriment because it triggers that immune system, and that immune system is now taking care of the chemical supplement, not taking care of the virus, not taking care of the cancer, not taking care of the bacteria, not taking care of the mold and the yeast and the fungus. So the doctors are right. You should never take a chemical supplement, and you can overdose on chemical supplements. How much? 1/fraction of 1 microgram you're overdosing on. You should never take a chemical supplement. Now, let's go back to ours is called Life Give. We're the only one in the world that makes it out of a vine, a plant, without cooking it. You can take the bottle, 2 bottles, 5 bottles, we'll be happy, we can make extra money, but it's not gonna help you. And it's not gonna hurt you, because it's a plant. The human body is programmed, and so is the biology of plants programmed to the human body to interact with it. What it needs, it will take out. What it doesn't need, it will release through the normal channels of elimination. Now, to get to your original question, it's impossible for me to answer. What's your absorption rate? So if we're telling you on the bottle, here's how much you need at least 1 pill a day, you get 5,000 micrograms of it. And when you've done a vitamin D test and your vitamin D is normal at that, and I'd say half the population, that's all they need, then you double it. If, by the way, you're taking 2 of them and you've done a vitamin D test and you're still deficient in it, you should consider taking 4 of them. And you must always, every one of you listening, I know there's different people out there selling you different products. I'm not selling you anything. I'm giving you science. There's a wild difference between taking a living, plant-based, organic food supplement and anything else. Make sure you're taking a lot of the living food ones. Good question.
Thank you, Brian. Up next, we have Angela. Angela, if you'd go ahead and unmute. Thank you.
Hi, wonderful presentation, Dr. Clement. My question is that, well, let me give a little bit of background first. I started having issues in my teens, preteens actually, with allergies, asthma. It escalated to irritable bowel. I now have interstitial cystitis and Hashimoto's. And then 10 plus years ago, I was also diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia. And I presented this to my doctor, but based on your presentation today, am I crazy to think that maybe this leukemia developed because my immune system has been so out of whack for so many years that my body didn't know what else to do to fix itself?
I'm just meeting you today, love, but if I knew you, I would actually have written this entire program for you. You are the poster child of what I've just said here. As a matter of fact, sometime, I hope you, when I'm in the New York, where do you live? Well, wherever she lives. Sometime I hope in your part of the world, come to meet me, because you are absolutely what I'm talking about today. So any doctor that is compartmentalizing and being categorical and telling you, no, my expertise is leukemia and it has nothing to do with the others, forget it. Those days are done and over, and any doctor who utters those unfortunate words will not be credible in the very near future, period. Look at Hebrew University just a month ago, published a study, show periodontal bacteria is found in every form of cancer they tested. What are you going to say? The mouth has nothing to do with the body? That's what they've been saying up until this very moment. And leukemia doesn't have to do with it. You've destroyed the immune system. Probably you took drugs along the way, prescribed by doctors.
Yeah, I actually had treatment for leukemia.
And most likely, love, you know, you tried everything in your power. You didn't want to be sick. People don't want to be sick today. And you've gone for expertise help. And even the natural guys, most of them don't do comprehensive work. They're going to give you a little of this, a little of that, a little of that. It's comprehensive. You've got to radically shift your diet. You've got to radically shift the way you live. Got to roll in the dirt, as I said, and I mean it. You've got to get schmutz into your life again. And when you do that, slowly but surely, your immune system is going to come back. At this point, we'd use probiotics. And here we don't only use them orally, you know, we'd use them anally with you. We use prebiotics, and what a prebiotic is cellulose. Remember, nature, the universe says, hey, you don't need to buy something in a bottle. Plants are the prebiotic. That probiotics, good healthy bacteria, require cellulose. That's what makes them grow. Did I have cellulose in my diet when I was growing up? No way. The only salad I ate was by mistake, if it was in a hamburger. But, you know, you have to remember, no wonder we're sick. And I was just really lucky. I was only one generation before they destroyed you all. That was when the antibiotics were brought out with machine guns at that point. Every single answer goes back to the misunderstanding of what Lister and Pasteur said. They said there's some cases of some disease that microbes are the cause of it. They didn't say every disease in every case and destroy the body in the process of the microbes. They didn't say that. On his deathbed, Pasteur basically denounced that and said, you're wrong. Don't use my name in vain. And the reality is they destroyed the very immune system that was making you sick to begin with. So love, no matter how sick you've been, what we've been watching here since 1956 is people come back to life. On the campus right now, we have 7 people that reverse catastrophic disease. 80% of our guests return here for holidays. We're a fun place. We bring rock bands in. We're being serious, man. Everyone's too serious about getting healthy. If you have fun, guess what? You want to be healthy. If you don't have fun, you want to die.